the review of lchessica for the bottom bidder for June 13, 2025. Okay, so first things first, let me know your thoughts on today's episode down below. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me turn this off first. Okay, there it is. Hold on. Okay, so like I was saying, first thing first, let me know your thoughts on today's episode down below. Looks like we a day behind. Looks like we a day behind. I know they did show, was it sports or was it a news coverage? It was something they showed, but it looked like we a day behind, y'all. Because y'all know they said, according to the spoilers, that today's episode was going to be based on Steffi not knowing that she was in danger. But they didn't show that. But then they showed a preview at the end of this episode where Luna going to be staring through some binoculars or something at Steffi and Hayes. And then they also show her walking up to Hayes, talking about some, Hayes, right, I have something for you. I said, she about to grab him. I said, what she finna do to Hayes? But Leon right there in the guest house, so maybe he'll stop it. Maybe he'll stop it, though. But yeah, I was looking forward to this episode, and they didn't do diddly squat. They didn't do nothing. I said, this is the second time. Last week they said that they made it seem like she was gonna shoot Steffi or something was gonna happen because she was buying the gun or whatever. Oh shoot, I said the word. Too late now. She was buying the weapon or whatever. But I said, yeah, I was like, man, the only thing they showed was another flashback. I was looking at the time and I was like, okay, now they was showing Brooke and Hope talking, and then they started showing her thinking about the love or the destiny her and Reed share. And then I was like, yeah, we ain't gonna see nothing today. We not gonna see nothing today. But okay, so we're gonna start with Steffi, Finn, and Hayes. So Finn is talking, I think was they playing a game? They was doing something. They was just having family time. They said that Kelly was with Electra. But Finn ends up telling Steffi he's going to check the doors and that Luna won't be a problem. I said, he's so sure. He's so sure. Or whatever. But yeah, he was telling her, just reassuring her that Luna's not going to be a problem and everything. And she was like, she keeps saying that she's not afraid. And I said, you should, because now she's targeting your son. And she ended up telling Remy on today's episode that Steffi, if only Steffi knew what it felt like, for a child to be killed from her parent. I said, yeah, she finna target Hayes. She definitely finna target Hayes, y'all. I want to know, like, how far is it going to go, though? I don't know. I don't think they dropped the spoilers yet, but apparently we can't depend on the spoilers anyways because nothing happened today, and they said it was. But yeah, Finn is so telling Steph he's going to check the doors and that Luna won't be a problem. When she was talking to Remy, she was like, they didn't have the doors locked or nothing. I said, exactly. How you going to be scared and then they ain't got security? What the security was it? They ain't got security. They ain't had the doors locked. She going to tell him they ain't even had the doors locked. She thought, what she said to him? She said something about, they was afraid of her, or they can't be that afraid of her. Some type of way she put it, and I was like, they act like they ain't afraid. They ain't got no security. They ain't got the doors locked. And he messed up again. What we said yesterday, y'all, we was talking about how he told her to hide instead of telling her to leave. And she said that to Remy. And I was like, yep, he messing up. He messing up. He's sending her mixed signals. And that's why Steffi keeps saying how it's not like you send her mixed signals or anything like that. But yeah, let me see. What else happened with Steffi and Finn? Steffi tells Finn they have to protect their family. They have to protect Hayes. And they were just talking about Hayes and everything that's been going on. Let's see. I think that was the last thing with them. And he was just vowing to her that he was going to protect their family. I said, yeah, right. He ain't protected them yet. He ain't, not recently. Not recently anyways. Because everything that Luna said to me, she right. She right. He does want something to do with her. He keep proving that every time he open his mouth. But yeah, I wonder how far it's going to go, though, because she told Remy also today that she has a plan. And that plan obviously involves Hayes. But yeah, Luna and Remy. So he stopped by. He was like, he just came to check on her. She told me she didn't tell him where she lives just for him to just pop up and stuff. I was saying, he just sitting there. I was like, you see she crazy. Like, don't get involved. But then again, something tell me he crazy as well. Because he said up there he be looking all worried and stuff, but not worried enough to get up out of there. But yeah, he checks on her. Then, she was just telling Remy, hold on, wait, let me see. Yeah, Luna ends up telling Remy that Finn told her to hide when Hayes came out, not to leave or whatever, until Steffi showed up, his B word of a wife. I said, she keeps saying that. I said, Steffi don't feel good, do it. Well, she don't know yet. She don't know that she calling her names and targeting her. Because remember when she was Hope, a B word, this and that? I was like, now this girl here calling her a B word. But yeah, what else? like I said, she was saying, Finn told her how I said if Steffi knew what it felt like a parent being killed from a child or a child being killed from a parent or whatever. And I was like, yeah. That's when she told Remy that she has a plan. She also told him Finn would have stepped up if her mama hadn't lied and kept the truth from him or whatever. And just saying the same thing over and over again, things would have been so different or whatever. And just making excuses still making excuses or whatever, not taking accountability. And Remy just sitting there. He looked like he worried. He looked like, what did he say? I think when we came to check on it, he was like, he trying to make sure she's staying out of trouble or something like that. And I said, meanwhile, they still ain't told her. I just realized that. Finn still ain't tell her on this episode what Sheila said. Still ain't told what Sheila said over here on the Hush Hush. Taylor and Ridge, they were just hanging out. I think they was talking about their concern for Steffi and the fact that Luna is out. And he said something about he was working with his legal team and stuff to try to get her back, put her back in jail or whatever. Then they were just sitting on the floor. I was wondering what they was going to do with them pillows. But yeah, they put all them pillows on the floor. Then they sat down and he was just holding her. And she was like, she basically was enjoying the moment. And she mentioned something like she never imagined this when she was out of town. He was like, what do you mean by that? And she was like, well, you know, back in the day, in the past, somehow Brooke always got in the way. And every time they show him, he making a face. Every time they show him, he making a face. Every time she mentioned Brooke or she said something about their love and what they share and stuff like that. But yeah, she was like, she's still saying, you know, she confident in what they have. Brooke is nowhere to be found now. And I was like, then they showed a preview at the end of this episode. They showed a preview at the end of this episode where that dude, Nick, they said that he's supposed to came back and they had dropped some videos or whatever. But yeah, he back, looked like he gonna be a force of creation. I think they show Ridge standing right there and Brooke looked like she was happy and stuff like that. And then Ridge is talking to Taylor. What he said? What she said? He said, I think he said something about, I just don't like the guy, something like that. So who is Nick to Ridge? Does anybody know? Because I don't know. I don't even remember Nick. I don't think I was watching back then. Who is Nick to Ridge? And obviously they must don't get along. Hold on. Don't look like they get along. What else did they show in the preview? I already said Luna's supposed to be staring at Hayes and Steffi through binoculars. She gonna go up to Hayes and say, Hayes, right? I have something for you. And I think Steffi gonna be saying something about Liam worried or concerned. I already said that Nick's supposed to come back and we're gonna be excited. And then they showed Taylor and Ridge. I think that was everything they showed. Meanwhile, lastly we got Brooke and Hope. So Brooke was just in the office still thinking about her destiny. Still thinking about her destiny. I said, she said destiny one more time. One more time, girl. And Hope had seen her. She was like, what are you doing here? And she was just asking her a question about why she's still there. And she was like, let me guess, Ridge. And she was like, no, he been left or whatever. And they were just talking about that. And she was saying, like, things look, you know, down right now. Or he look like he with Taylor right now. But, you know, he always return to me. He always come back home or whatever. Just still talking about some, they belong together, they destiny. They just still saying the same thing. They belong together and talk about this doggone destiny. And you know they do them flashbacks. That's when I knew that they wanted to show Steffi get hurt or Hayes get grabbed or nothing. Because here they go with the flashbacks. I said, we seen that last week. No, I don't know. Did we see that last week? Might as well have been last week. We did see, they showed the fashion show again. Then they showed, I think, that episode with the keyhole stuff. If I'm not mistaken, that might not have been. Either way go, we seen it 1,000 freaking times. Let me see. I think that was everything, y'all. Ridge and Taylor talk about Luna and protecting them. Brooke said she don't think the Ridge and Taylor will last. Steffi. Yeah, that's everything, y'all. But let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is have a great rest of